Hi, I'm Nicholeen Peck, and I teach parenting and good communication all over the world through the lens of the principle's self-government. And in this video, we're talking about hacks for shopping with little kids. In this video, we're going to be talking about what parents deal with at the store with their children. And we're also going to see video of my granddaughter, Clara, at the store and see what her mom does to make shopping trips enjoyable. Shopping trips with children can be difficult. It's hard because they may not want to be there, and the thing is that in life, we sometimes have to do things we don't want to do. Those are just the no answers of life. And if you have been listening to videos on this channel for quite some time, then you know that some of the teaching self-government skills involve things like accepting no answers. Well, we're going to go into detail today about accepting no answers at the store. See, when you don't want to be at the store, that's a no answer. And when you are having to look at things at the store that somebody else is wanting to look at, no answer. But there are other no answers too. So preparing a child ahead of time to be ready to accept no answers is going to be integral for helping at the store when you're wanting to get in and out or not have a lot of chaos or meltdown occur when you're at the store as well. Who doesn't want a good shopping trip? But sometimes the child might be tired. Sometimes the child might be a little bit curious and want to touch the things around them. What do you do? Let's talk about that. My granddaughter Clara is 2 years old, and her mother was raised with teaching self-government. Paige always is pre-teaching Clara because she knows that when a child is in their toddler ages, it's all about the pre-teaching. But here's the thing. Actually, no matter the age of the child, pre-teaching is one of your best friends, especially when you are going to the store. If you can explain to the child ahead of time what is going to happen at the store, maybe even how long you will be at the store, that can make your trip to the store so much better. What you want to do is, before you even go into the store, have a conversation about what is going to happen at the store, what the boundaries are, how corrections might need to happen, and if a correction does occur, is there a certain place that you're going to go to get calm within the store or outside of the store? Those types of things need to be talked about ahead of time. So we're going to look at a video now of Paige talking to Clara before they go into a shop that they've never been in before. Paige wanted to go in this little holiday shop to see some of the fun decorations. She thought Clara would think it would be fun to see the decorations too, but she knew that this was the type of store where Clara could not be running around like a 2-year-old does and just touching anything that she wants to, like a 2-year-old does. So she starts the shopping trip with a really great pre-teaching. Now I want you to see how Clara just matter-of-factly responds. She doesn't seem to have any problems. She just listens to mom and she goes for it. So let's go ahead and see that pre-teaching now.
Clara, we're about to go into a really pretty store. Okay, now in this store, it's a place where we can look but we don't touch, okay? And so we're gonna have to keep our hands in our pockets when we go in there, okay? Show me your hands in your pockets. Yep, put your hands in your pockets. You show me. Here, oh, thank you for the fluff. Here, put your hands in your pockets. Show me. Yeah, good. That's right. So that's what we need to do when we go in there, okay? Okay. Very good.
All right, let's talk about what we're seeing there in that video. This is a very simple pre-teach. Paige says, we're going into this store. It's a nice store, and in this store, there's a lot of pretty things that we can't touch. So she's telling Clara there are pretty things. When things are considered to be very pretty, then that means that we don't touch these things. Then she gives Clara a boundary. She says, when we're in the store, I need you to take your hands and put them into your pockets. So then we see Clara go, okay, where's my pockets? And she was holding a little bit of like lint or something. She gave it to her mom, super cute. She sticks her hands in her pockets, and then Paige prompts her, okay. So Clara, do you really understand me, right? Okay. And Clara says, okay. And then she's ready to go in the store. So this is great pre-teaching. Making sure that the parent gets an acknowledgement from the child is important so that the child remembers what was being said as they're saying okay to it. Now, Paige could have gone another step further. She could have said, if we don't keep our hands in our pockets, then this is what will happen. If we do keep our hands in our pockets, this is what will happen. So it's a really good idea to give, as part of a good pre-teach, the positive and negative consequences associated with the action that you're giving to the child. So maybe you would say, if we choose not to keep our hands in our pockets, then we will need to leave the store. If we choose to keep our hands in our pockets, then we can stay in the store and look at all of the fun things. That would be something that Clara would really enjoy. She likes to go into new places and look at new things. So just those two positive and negative consequences could actually make all the difference for her staying there. If Clara has a history of going out of control when they're in public or having tantrums, not being able to accept no answers, anything like that, which she doesn't. She actually does really good in public. But if she did have a situation like that, then the parent would want to take it another step further, and as part of the pre-teach, also say, if you choose not to follow instructions when we're in this store, then we will do a correction and you will get the opportunity to earn an extra chore when we get back to the car. Or maybe the parent could say, you know, if you choose to be upset or get angry, then we will need to come outside of the store and sit on these steps right here to have a calm down spot. This will be our calm down spot. So I do love the idea for helping a toddler especially know where their calm down spot is. Now, if a child is older and you're already transitioned to using the rule of three language with that child, which, by the way, that's in my Teaching Self-Government Parenting course, and in my 3-day trainings, I talk about how to do that. If you've already transitioned to that, then you would just use the words for the rule of three in the store, and you would pre-teach the child that in the store you will use the regular words for the rule of three if necessary. But then I would do a vote of confidence and say, I don't think that's going to be necessary, but just thought you'd like to know what my plans are in case it's needed. So pre-teaching is the first thing you do. But then in the store, what do you do if they don't remember to keep their hands in their pockets, or if they need a little bit of help with their boundaries? Well, with a toddler, this is what you do. Let's take a second and look at Paige working with Clara in the store.
What's in this snow globe, honey?
Fire.
Yeah, is that a candle? That's right.
Fire.
Fire. Very good.
Mama, what?
Yeah.
Mama,
Mm-hmm.
Mama, what?
Yeah, here, let's go this way. You're doing so good at keeping your hands to yourself, honey. Just like we pre-taught before we came in. Oh, you're doing so good, honey. So good. Snow globe?
I love
see
seeing
if we can
Clara
find
look
it.
at those snow globes and get so excited. So one of the things that Paige does whenever she's anywhere with Clara is she tries to find something that will be exciting for her. This time in this store, they're on a little hunt. They're looking for snow globes, something that Clara has just learned about and is going to be very exciting for her to find. So they're searching out the snow globes in the store. Now you see in this video that Clara wanted to touch something, and then Paige said, oh no, Clara, let's put our hands back in our pockets, and Clara immediately put her hands back in her pockets. So mom's just giving a gentle reminder so that Clara remembers, oh yep, that's my boundary. Because Clara is impulsive. She's a toddler, so she's not able to remember everything as well as a child might if they were 4 or 5 years old, or especially if they're like 10 years old. They should be able to remember without tons of reminders. So we see Paige just giving a gentle reminder and Clara sticking to her boundaries and enjoying her time at the store. So what happens with Clara and her pockets when she sees something that she gets really excited about? So Paige decides to take her into the room that is specifically designed to appeal to children her age. Let's take a look.
Teddy bear.
Teddy bear.
Teddy bear.
We love teddy bears. Oh, remember, we don't hold things in here. We just look. I see a hippo. Do you see a hippo?
Yeah.
Where's the hippo?
Hey, look.
There's the hippo. Good job.
So did you see how excited Clara got about the teddy bear? She's like, teddy bear? Hold it? She wanted to hold the teddy bear. So she was asking, can I hold it? And mom says, oh no, we're not touching anything. We're not holding anything because that's not what we're doing here in this store. Remember, we're just looking. And so then Clara shakes her head. That's right. I remember. I remember. So then Paige brings her attention to the hippo. Now, Clara loves hippos. Her very favorite stuffed animal that she sleeps with at night is a hippo. So then she says, do you see the hippo? Clara looks, she finds it, she points to the hippo, and then she immediately puts her hands back in her pocket. So now we see she is remembering. Even though she is in a very fun place with things that she wants to see and she wants to touch, she is able to remember, wait, my hands go in my pockets because I just asked mom if I could hold the teddy bear. The answer was that I couldn't, and I remember mom talked to me about that. So now I'm going to not touch the hippo too. So now she's self-governing herself instead of just following what mom is saying. That's super exciting. She's 2 years old. She's remembering. She's keeping her boundaries. Clara is doing a great job at the store, and really, if children are pre-taught, their chances of being successful go way up. Now, I do know that sometimes when a child is at the store, that they have an experience where they have a meltdown, or maybe they get a little bit spoiled on a store trip one time, and then next time they go to the store, they feel like they should have a meltdown if they don't get what they want, or they feel like they should have everything go their way at the store every single time. Well, all the more reason you need to pre-teach them before a store trip so that they know it's going to be different this time. The pre-teaching is the thing that makes all the difference. And then also making sure that you correct just like you would at home, even though you're at the store. One thing that I always told myself when I was raising my children and they were young was, if you're in the car, there might be something that you need to pre-teach. Get the children ready for success. If you're on the way home, pre-teach them for success. If you're on the way to the store or to a party or to somebody else's home, pre-teach them for success. The more pre-teaching that you do, the better they will be at all of their self-government skills that we learn here on this channel and on my website. So now we're going to see the end of Clara's shopping with her mom. We're going to see the mom telling Clara it's time to go. Now Clara is having a great time at the store. She's seeing all kinds of things, but when mom gives her an instruction that it's time to leave, let's see what happens then.
Okay, oh, we're going to go out the door now. We're going to go bye-bye. Say excuse me. Thank you.
That one.
Here, right here, sweetie.
That one.
Yeah?
Ha.
Yeah. Okay, come here, honey. Come give me a high five for keeping your hands to yourself the whole time. That was so good. When you do that, we can go see more fun shops and more fun things because Mommy can trust you to not break things. That's awesome. You did so good. Okay. Yeah, okay, let's go home now.
She's so cute. My little grandmother heart just melts when I see these little moments that Paige sends to me. So let's talk about what was happening there at the end of the shopping trip. Paige was doing a praise. And I love that Paige gives Clara a reason why. First, she says to Clara, you kept your hands in your pockets the whole time. You did so good. You followed that instruction. Now, these are words that Clara knows. She knows what an instruction is. And she knows about her pockets and her hands. So she's using all of the things that she told Clara at the beginning. And then she says, when you do this, when you choose to follow the instruction at the store and to keep your hands in the pockets like I told you to do, then mommy can trust you and we can go on more fun shopping trips. We can go see more fun stores. Now this tells Clara, oh, well, I liked going to these stores, so yeah, I want to go see more new things, more fun things. This is a good thing for me. Now, you may think, really, does this 2-year-old understand cause and effect on this? I think so. She was excited about it. Sure, she was also like, hey, let's go down the stairs. Next new thing. Clara loves stairs. We couldn't even get her to walk without telling her, if you walk from here to there, we'll let you climb the stairs, because she loves stairs. Anyway, so she was ready to say, okay, and let's just go down the stairs, Mom. Let's get going. Next fun thing. But she learns that she remembers things. You saw in the store, she was remembering to put her hands back in the pockets. She will now remember when Mom tells her at another store to keep her hands in her pockets, that she is able to do that she can keep her hands in her pockets. In her mind, that is a total possibility. And she is now set up for future success at the store. It is possible to have pain-free shopping trips. Sometimes it takes a few good shopping trips to get to a point where that pain-free shopping trip is a habit, but it is certainly possible, especially if you employ the teaching self-government skill of pre-teaching. Now, there are 3 different ways to do pre-teaching. You've just been seeing one of those ways in this video. But I teach about all 3 different types of pre-teaching in my 3-day parenting mastery trainings, as well as in my TSG parenting course. And you can find out about all of these things at teachingselfgovernment.com. So go to that link now and learn the whole program for teaching self-government for you and your child. I'll see you there.